A Final Four of sorts here at the JUCO World Series. Welcome into JUCO Full Windup, presented by Home Loan Insurance. Alongside Kyle Stanley, I'm Phil Stafford. We do have 4 teams left heading into today. One was going home for sure, but the other game was sort of a toss-up.
That's right. One team with a lot of fire under them is Palm Beach State. The other one, Central Alabama, trying to take that momentum from being Spartanburg last night into tonight's game. Let's take a look at the highlights. Kyle Forbes not only has a great name, but a great beard to go with it. Hasn't shaved since their first win of the tournament. He told me, why mess with a good thing? He turned to J.D. Underwood to keep their championship hopes alive, but B.J. Martin and the Trojans look to keep rolling. Christopher Walken was in attendance and ready for some game action.
So excited to be here. It's going to be a great game.
Disguised as Mark Barbrick, great camera work by Marcus Mooney. To the game, Underwood hasn't taken the mound yet, but he gives himself an early lead. 2-run double to the gap scores Mooney and Mike Stemley. After a 3-run first, Underwood put it into cruise control, a total of 7 strikeouts in this outing. He did get touched up in the second by Blaine Miller. The Central Alabama catcher doubles to deep left. Bo Edwards scores the first run for the Trojans to make it 3-1. Third inning, Mike Stemley continues his great tournament, singles into center. That brings home John Corbett and Gabe Martinez to make it 6-1. Things go from bad to worse for the Trojans when Sean Smirnoff second guesses himself on the mound. That's a balk, and Dan Udzina comes in to score, make it 9-2. And Palm Beach is headed to the ship with a 13-4 win in 8 innings. I caught up with Kyle Forbes and his stopper after the game.
Just being able to throw my pitches, all my pitches for strikes. Off speed, everything. I was able to keep them off balance. And the couple innings that they got runs, I was just leaving everything up for them, and they were taking advantage of it. They're a good hitting team, but I was just being able to throw everything for strike was big for me.
Now, going off of 4 days rest, obviously Coach going to you on this one. That's got to feel good, knowing that you're the stopper. You got to be the one. All that pressure on your back. How do you deal with that?
Oh no, it's just baseball. It's obviously you got pressure. You win or go home. But it's the game we've grown up in. I love to play, and it's just baseball and keep going. It's just a game. That's all it is, and just have fun doing it.
Now you're going to be playing for a national title. If Coach calls on you, will you be ready for Saturday?
I'll be hitting. I don't know about pitching.
All right, perfect. Well, good luck on Saturday.
All right,
and speaking of Coach, we have Coach Kyle Forbes here. Coach, going to JD for this game. Obviously it's a must-win. So was that what your mindset was with going with JD?
Absolutely. He's been our guy all year. You're talking about the guy that has been in our rotation 2 years in a row and has been clutch and showed poise time after time after time. And we knew we were facing a very solid hitting team, so we knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I felt great about his chances. 4 days rest. He felt fresh. We had a day off yesterday, so all the factors kind of look good to him having a good outing.
All right, last question. I know you and I were talking about this earlier, but the beard, what was that your call? Was it the guys egging you on to grow it out after that first loss?
No, I don't. I think they could care less. It was mine. I'm usually a clean-shaven guy. I don't like to look scruffy. But I shaved for the first game and we lost, and then I didn't shave for game 2 and we won. So I was like, okay, we'll try it again, and here we are in the final game. So got 2 more days of this, and then it'll come off.
So obviously Palm Beach State, very excited. They will be playing for a national junior college championship on Saturday, but with Central Alabama losing, the question is, who would they be playing?
2 teams met up earlier today to figure that out. Spartanburg Methodist, who didn't lose until last night. This was their first elimination game going against COCHISE, who's battled all the way through the elimination round, so we'll see how this one turned out. Winner of the afternoon game would extend their stay by at least 1 more day, while the other would be going home with the consolation trophy. Zach RODGERS making his first start since the regular season for COCHISE. He'd face the Spartanburg Methodist team that has a knack for plating a lot of runs, but just as COCHISE has done in their past 2 wins, Frank Salas starts the scoring in the first inning with a jack well over the wall and right. Apache's up by 2 on Salas' first dinger of the series. Holding on to that 2-run lead in the third, RODGERS gets the Pioneers to roll into a 4-6-3 double play with the bases loaded and gets himself out of a jam. Ahead to the 5th, Pioneers down by 3. Elliot Caldwell doing his best to get some life into the South Carolina fans. brings home Wesley Rogers to cut the lead to 2. But that's all the damage they could muster against Rogers. He finished with 4 Ks and surrendered just 2 runs and 6 1/3. And he had some wonderful defense behind him. Champ Rowland hit what looks to be an easy double down the left field line, but Jake Luna on the call, showing off the hose to second. Perfect throw to nab Rowland, stretching it to 2. That kept the momentum in the Apaches' favor. And Kevin Durantes closes out the day with a fly ball to center. Nate Hale adds some theatrics, but Cochise running full steam ahead. Rogers says he wanted to go a full game, but Coach Engelhardt only allowed him to go 6.
He said that, and I was just like, I'm going to go out and get that complete game. Just gives me more motivation to go out there and throw 7, 9 innings.
All right, thanks a lot, Zach. Congrats on the win. We're going to come over here to my left to Frank Salas. Frank, none of the team other than yourself is really close to batting 400 entering this game. What does that say about your team that you guys have been able to do this day in and day out without any, powerful hitting?
I mean, it just something just come out there, have fun, play defense, and take care of the ball. And hitting will take care of itself. And I mean, we got to be patient. We got to be patient to draw those walks, hit by pitch, and get lucky hitting those shots in the gap and having fun.
The first game you guys lose to Neosho 2-1 in quite a nail-biting fashion. All the critics may have thought, well, Cochise really isn't going to be a competitor after this. What do you have to say to those critics now?
It was something tough for us. We had a couple minutes on the bus, like trying to come back on our mind, and thank God we came back the next day. And I mean, the approach we have right now, it's day at a time. Come here, enjoy this beautiful scenario. I mean, it's something that I'm enjoying, and I'm having the best time of my life right now.
It's tough getting up and getting a little energy. I thought we could have played with a little more energy today, but it's been a long week, and we just didn't respond.
Our play of the day comes from the man with the best facial hair in the tournament, Austin Nelson, laying out for the liner. He's making it a point to prove to the ladies that no, he's not just another pretty face.
For those keeping score at home, pretty easy to determine our home run of the day. It was our only yak of day 6. This one taking a ride into the parking lot courtesy of Frank Salas. This started Cochise's offense in a 10-3 victory. So for the first time in a few years at the Junior College World Series, we know for sure going into Friday's action that there will be a game on Saturday. The question is, who's going to be playing Palm Beach State? And that will be decided tomorrow, Friday night, 7 p.m., Cochise and Central Alabama taking on each other.
This should be a fun one to watch. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, there's going to be a lot on the line for these two teams. They know that win and move on for a national championship, or you call it an early season because you didn't get to go there. But either way, make sure you follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, at Real Recruits to find out all the updates. Also, JUCOGJ.org. We'll have the recap of every game from here on out and also the recap of any games you missed so far. For Kyle Stanley, I'm Phil Stafford. You've been watching the JUCO Full Windup.